Hello, and thank you to all who are watching the replay here with us. This is our moon circle from our full strawberry moon in Sagittarius in June. So feel free to follow along, take some notes, meditate with us, and you can access your other moon school goodies in the Patreon home site. So I hope you enjoy. Fast, and then you're really upset when you realize you didn't do it at the end. Cool. Yeah. So welcome, ladies. I'm so happy that you're here. I know a lot's going on, and I just want to, first of all, commend you for recognizing the value in doing things like this for ourselves. I think if we learn more about ourselves and the kind of energies going on, we not only strengthen our relationships with ourselves, but also our relationships that we put out into the universe at a time like this. And so it's like that prioritizing you feeling good so you can be a light of goodness for other people. So good for you for doing this and for being here. So there's a lot of shit going on, and we're going to talk kind of about all of it. It's eclipse season, it's solstice season, there's a full moon, all this big energetic upheaval that's going on. So I'm sure you're kind of feeling it energetically, if not physically experiencing it in your town and in your communities. But I wanted to share this little quote. I think I got it from you, Britta. Maybe you shared it on an Instagram story or something, but I just loved it. So perfectly encapsulated, like the energies right now. The quote says, "Ignite the fire within you so you can rise. And with your flame ablaze, ask what you can do to make a change." I was like, yes, that is everything right now. So thank you, Britta, for sharing that. I'm pretty sure that was you. So we're going to start with just a few grounding breaths to get us all centered together. And then we're going to go through our little virtual circle and say, hey, introduce ourselves to each other. Miranda's brand new here, so we're happy to have her, and just say like where you're from and how you're feeling, because there's a lot going on. So you're probably feeling a lot, and we're going to talk about it. So just go ahead and close your eyes. Take a few breaths. Begin to deepen your breath here. And so as you start to connect to your breath, start to feel it pull deeper into the base of your belly. Start to really connect with your breath as this cleansing force that we have. So as you inhale fully, you may imagine clearing out some space all throughout your chest, your belly, your heart, your brain. And as you exhale, sigh it out, let it go. Anything that you don't need to be holding on to, anything you don't need to be thinking about, anything you don't need to be carrying with you in your physical body here. So we'll take 2 big full breaths together, the deepest breaths we've taken all day long. So go ahead and let us sigh out. And when you're ready, big full inhale. Sigh it out. One more deepest breath you've taken all day long. Good. Thank you for that. That feels so good just to do at the beginning. So we're going to introduce ourselves, where we're from, and just how we're feeling. Usually I'll have a really kind of cliche, like kindergarten teacher question that we all go around and answer. But I think for right now, just a simple how you're feeling will probably suffice us in getting through. So I'm Sierra. I'm living in New Orleans currently. My partner and I just bought our van. It's a 15-person van, and we're going to build it out and hit the road. So I'm so excited for that. She's parked down the street right now, so I only have 1 more month in New Orleans, and I'm really sad about that, but I'm excited. And I'm feeling a lot. I'm feeling good, but then I'm feeling sad at the same time, and also a little bit hesitant. I'm still not quite sure how to use my voice in a way that will be beneficial right now. I feel like there's a lot of kind of trepidation about what is okay to say and what's not, with good reason. And I'm just trying to figure out, I guess, what is best for me to share that's actually going to make a difference in a way. But then also, you know, feeling the flip side of that, that I don't know how to make any of this better, and accepting that is also really hard for me, because obviously, you know, doing the work that I do, I like to help people, and I would like to make things better. And so just the idea that there's a lot of this that I won't just be able to make better just by giving people hugs and telling people to breathe. It kind of, it's really, it kind of takes a little bit off of me. But, and then not to, you know, it's not about me, not about how I feel, but that's, so then dealing with all of those cataclysm of emotions currently. Hi, Brooklyn. We are just going around and introducing ourselves and saying how we're feeling. So I'm going to have you go first now. Da, da, da.
Oh, cool. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Awesome. So hey guys, I'm Brooklyn. I have been feeling a lot of emotion. It suddenly started coming on June 1st, or actually maybe even the 31st. But like, I had some family things happen. And then I had an argument with my roommate, and then the world is just on fire and everybody is sad, and it's just, I haven't gone a day without crying these last couple of days, and like my eyes hurt. But you know, I know that I'm grieving with the earth, and
Yeah. Oh, I feel you, sis. Yeah. Thank you. I'm glad that you can be here and we can all just give each other virtual energetic hugs now. I feel you. Perfect. Miss Britta, how are you feeling? How are you doing?
Hi. Yeah. I'm feeling a little bit of two things. So I'm teaching a lot right now. And my body is sore and exhausted. And I love to teach, but I'm also like, I don't know how much longer I can teach on Zoom with my body like 3 to 4 times a day. Like it's taking, and it's great, but I'm also like, it's exhausting me, and I can't like focus on my dreams or like helping people when I'm like physically exhausted. So I'm feeling a lot of that. I'm also feeling like I don't know what to do, or like I'm not doing enough. Like I'm from New York City, but I'm not there right now, and I like feel guilt for not like being there with my friends protesting. And I went to a protest like in this small town over the weekend, and it was actually like really peaceful, which I really appreciated. But I just feel like I'm not doing enough. But I also don't know what to do besides teach yoga. You know, like I don't want to like do something that like I haven't done before and I'm not good at it and could like potentially harm someone. So I'm like, how can I help people? And how can I, like you, like how can we use our voice during this time? And how can we hold space for what's happening? So I just feel like a little unknown of what to do right now because I want to do more.
Yeah. It's a lot to navigate, and you definitely have that teacher's heart as well, you know, where we just, yeah, we want to do everything that we can, but we can't, you know, which
We want to heal the world.
I know. Only it was that easy.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Miranda, how are you feeling? Miranda has the best view out of all of us right now. So
Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me okay?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. I'm doing okay. I've been feeling all the feels this past week. I think we all have. Just with, you know, like you guys are saying, everything that's going on in the world, and then with everything the planets are up to, like I've just been having like these really random moments, and kind of it almost feels like a time warp in a way. Like I've been having just these random things happen, and it just seems like it takes me such a minute to be able to like break my way out of it. It's just been like kind of like a fog for like a couple of days, and I think it's just kind of like you know, just feeling what all's going around and just trying to figure out my voice as well. I think we all have that on our minds right now, and are just trying to figure out, you know, what can we do and how can we like rise up basically.
Mm-hmm.
So we've just been like meditating and focusing on that, and just trying to figure out like what I can do basically. So that's where I'm at.
Yeah, perfect. Thank you so much. Miss Luna, finish us strong.
Okay. Hi, everyone. I am Luna, and I am from New York. Used to be from New York City, but I identify as two feelings, the same way as Britta. One is that I'm sad because we didn't come this far to be at this point. You know what I mean? Like everyone has in the past have gone through some racial experience or whatnot, but at this point, it shouldn't have gone to this level of, you know what I mean? Because it's like back in the days, you know, we had our leaders represent and speak on with their voices and get everyone to hear how the racial stigma was. And I thought that things would have gotten better. And then, of course, when previous president Barack Obama was elected, it would have calmed down a little bit. But it seems like, just like Miranda says, it's a time warp. We're like, we're here, but we're going backwards when it comes to like the racism and prejudice and how we're not really equal. So it's that saddens me because I would have wanted my kids to not have to experience what a lot have experienced back then. I do understand that history is taught, but when you see it, it's completely different than reading it from a history book. So for them to actually see it and be here to witness, you know, how good protesting versus the riots and all that, it's like, and then I have a kid who's deaf. So for him to see certain things and not understand why it's going on, it's a little like nerve-wracking because, you know, I never thought that I was gonna have to explain to him this part of why this is going on, why that going on. And then the other feeling is I'm tired. I'm not gonna front, my body is exhausted. Like I work out every day. And I'm already exhausted because I'm working out every day to maintain, you know, my basketball figure. Now I'm tired because, like I'm all types of tired. I'm emotionally, mentally, I'm just tired. But because I have, of course, a voice and I'm very strong when it comes to like preaching and stuff like that, I have people calling me and I use my voice to give them messages that they go out and protest, maybe in a few words, maybe a whole paragraph that I told them. Like, for example, my baby brother who's in New York City, whatever he needs some type of advice or whenever he needs some type of closure so that way he can go out there and use his voice, he calls me, sis, what should I say? I'm like, say what's in your heart. Say, you know, but be, you know, professional about it. Don't come out and say things that you know is going to get you in trouble. We don't play those games. We got to be very proper. You got to know you're dealing with diversity. You can't say certain things like, for example, real quick, we use the word nigga a lot. It don't mean what it meant back then. We use it as, like, if it was a noun for everything, just like MF. I know you, I mean, am I allowed to curse, Sierra? On this?
Yes, you're fine.
We use the word motherfucker a lot. Oh, motherfucker this, motherfucker that. But you know what I mean? And now with everything that's going on, we have to limit because we don't want our words to be misconstrued as we're being racist. So I use my voice to tell my brother, my friends, my sister, like, okay, this is what you can say. This is, you know, speak from your heart. Say what you have to say, but be proper. And if you have to say that you are tired of what's going on, just remember who you're speaking to. Don't act like if you're speaking to me one-on-one because we understand each other, but the world might not. So I've been sad and just tired, to be honest. I'm very tired, but I got to keep going.
Yeah.
I got to keep going.
I believe if anyone can, then you can, Miss Luna.
Thank you.
And there you go. If we need help finding our voices, we'll just call up Miss Luna and be like, what do I say? How do I talk to this yoga class? And she'll tell us how to say. Yay, thank you ladies so much for that. I love that we still have a manageable enough amount of people that we can like go around and actually introduce each other. It makes us feel like we're almost actually sitting in a circle. So I really enjoy that. Okay, nuts and bolts things. I would be amiss if I didn't mention this program that me and Brooklyn actually too are putting together, we're super excited about. It's this mystical wellness summit that's taking place during the week of the solstice. I was supposed to be teaching an actual yoga retreat in Canada during the summer solstice, but that's not happening. I think I was supposed to be on my plane like right now actually, but it's okay. Different things were meant to happen. So it's a virtual retreat basically that has a week-long series of workshops that are guest taught between me and some other awesome teachers like Brooklyn, who's a really awesome astrologer. There's some workshops on tarot, sustainability, stuff like that. So if y'all are interested in joining us for that, it starts on the 15th and goes until the solstice on the 21st with a fun little live solstice ritual. So I can send you guys the invite to that if you want to come. And we're excited about that. So that's my little housekeeping announcement. So going into the moon stuff now. So covering the fact that too, you know, I cover these two different attributes to lunar magic. So, and covering the parallels between the two. So I always kind of differentiate this at the beginning. So when we're talking about what a strawberry moon is and then what a moon in Sagittarius is, we kind of understand that they're the same thing, but where we get those energetic titles from. So this traditional seasonal energy that reflects the changing of the seasons and the energies of nature, this is that, you know, strawberry moon title, and it goes along with the months that we talk about. This is kind of specific to the northern hemisphere. The southern hemisphere, obviously the seasons are flipped, so they're kind of on an opposite schedule than us, but we haven't hit the point yet where my audience is cross hemispheres, so we can just talk about one hemisphere for now. Maybe we'll get to a point where we talk about the South as well. But basically, yeah, these names just come from different like Native American tribes. They'll kind of spread through a lot of Europe and some Irish cultures as well. But this is why you'll hear different names. So strawberry moon, this one's also called the mead moon. I've heard it called the rose moon. So just different tribes had different names for it, but it all basically encapsulated the same energy that was going on with that season. So that's kind of the energies that are associated with that title. And then there's also the astrological energies of the moon. So you can get super deep into astrology and be super expert and knowledgeable about it. I am not super expert and knowledgeable about it. Ms. Brooklyn is. I've learned a lot. So I can give you, I'm good at giving the like, what is it, like all accessible kind of like base level that most people can kind of resonate with. But if you want to get really deep into like birth charts and planets and all that stuff, then definitely talking to someone like Brooklyn or our other friend Megan would be really good for that. So I'm good for just the icing on top of the cake. But if you want the whole rest of the deal, then you can get really deep into it. And so I just wanted to kind of, I always preface with that. So, because we have people that kind of come in and join us that don't know anything about moon magic, which I'm really excited about. And so kind of putting that always out there at the beginning, what these titles actually mean. And I did want to clarify one thing as well that has been a bit confusing in the past, and part of that is my own doing, but talking about these signs of where the moon is. So I had someone ask me last month, well, how can the moon be in Sagittarius? Like, I thought that was, you know, a sun sign. So it is, and the full moon will always be in a different sign than the current sun sign. And so last month we got a little bit confused about the sign that the sun was in and the sign that the moon was in. So we're in Gemini season currently. It's the sun is in Gemini. So if you have friends that are Geminis, that have birthdays that are coming up now, but the full moon is in Sagittarius. So full moons will always be in the opposing sign of where the sun is that day. And I go back to my little rudimentary hand drawings, but if the earth is here, the sun is here, a full moon is boop, over here. So it's always on the opposite side, right? And so that's what makes it full, right? Because it has all of that sunshine shining on it. And it kind of brings up to these really beautiful analogies of balance, right? Because then you can look at the energies of the sun zodiac sign and the energies of the moon zodiac sign and see how they kind of reflect each other and what you can learn in that middle ground. So wanted to clarify that too, because I had some questions about that from last month. So there you go. There's my second grade level astrological lesson. Going into now a little bit about the eclipse season that's coming up. Oh, and if you have like journals or notes and you care to take notes about this too, you're more than welcome to. So yeah, I see you, Brooklyn. That's a pretty one. That's awesome. So starting eclipse season now, and we're having 6 eclipses this year, which I guess is not very usual. Usually we, I think 3 or 4 is about an average number. So 6 is like, wow. And I know a lot of advanced astrologers have been saying for a long time that, you know, that 2020 was going to be like one hell of a year for transformation. So going back to when we were all laughing, like, yeah, okay, we get it. Like, can we just calm down with all the transformation now? But I really am seeing it now as this thought that we're being put through these fires of transformation. And in you know, the yoga doctrine, we call that tapas, that flame of dedication, where we're being like full frontal confronted with our limiting beliefs, our challenges, and how to move through them so that we can become higher, more conscious versions of ourselves on the other side. So it's a lot of hard freaking work, and that's why we're all tired and like sad. And but I'm hopefully, you know, we're using this time to learn some stuff about ourselves and about the way that we interact as people in the world with other people. So we're staying optimistic that us and the collective will be better on the other side of all of this. And so then on an energetic level, these eclipses are like booster packs kind of, where it just like further amplifies these feelings. And I think for right now, we're gonna get into it, how on point all this shit is right now. I'm so sorry, but it's just like amplifying these feelings of transformation and intensity, this almost like compressed feeling where it's just so much powerful energy that's going on right now. And with the zodiacs of Sagittarius and Gemini, it's like, it's crazy what's going on. Last little thing about the eclipses, and it's a penumbral, Brooklyn, how do I say this? Penumbral eclipse. Is that correct? Yeah. Okay, close enough. A penumbral eclipse. So it's meaning just it's a barely eclipse. Just part of the outer shadow of the Earth is going to fall on the moon. So it's a really subtle, just kind of dark shadow of the moon. So if you're not looking for it, you almost wouldn't notice it. Is basically what that means. So that's our little eclipse lesson. Moving into our moon names and their titles. So I always start with the seasonal title. So with the strawberry moon. So with this moon, it is the first moon that's moving us into the summer quarter of the year, which is this full moon part of the year, basically. So when we think about the 4 phases of the moon, right, we have new, waxing, full, waning, and yeah, I started it new. So yeah, that's 4 now. The summer is this full moon part of the year. So if we think about the phases of the moon and then correlate them to the seasons, that springtime is that waning. We talked a lot about, you know, setting our intentions and doing things that just made us feel happy. Now coming into this summertime, this is the full moon time of the year. So all of the energies that we know that are associated with the full moon, right? Celebration and activity, sort of shining light on things we need to let go of. This is echoed into this whole season as well. So from June, July to August, we can envision this as the full moon part of the year. So with that being said, all the full moons during this season are particularly really powerful and really energetic. June itself, this strawberry moon, is all about evolving, learning, and expanding. So we have our summer solstice coming up, which is the 20th, I believe, this year, which is the brightest day, longest day of the year, where we have the most sunlight. And it was a time of really big celebration in ancient tribes and in Celtic cultures as well. So it's all about this celebration of growth. And it's that growth aspect that is really pertinent for us, because that echoes a lot into the Sagittarius energies of the moon as well. So now is the time when you really notice what your strengths are, right? And how you can use them to help yourself grow into a better person and help others grow into better people. It's this idea that our manifestation powers, if you follow along with the law of attraction or work with manifestation energies at all, they're at their highest potential right now, because you have, right, this whole energy of the planet that is growing and producing with you. So if you kind of tap into that, then it's really cool to be able to use natural energies to amplify this. I'm trying so hard not to get distracted by my dog that is like cleaning herself to town right in front of me on the couch. Isabel, I think you got it, babe. Yeah, you got it. Sorry. So yeah, go out there, manifest all the things. And with this too, I think it's really powerful that this idea that we have the ability to create the life that we want, right? I think that this is such a simple truth, but one that a lot of people that aren't very spiritually or intuitively connected forget. And that's one of the things that I like to push and to teach as much as I can, right? Just this liberating feeling that you have the power to create and change your life into what you want. And looking at this in a personal and a global scale, right? We have the ability to change our world into something that we want to see. So it's a little bit enlivening, to know that we have that ability. It kind of leaves us with a sense of optimism, that we do have this ability to change stuff if it's not what we want it to be. For some stuff is a lot easier to change than others, but we have the potential to do it here now. So that's our strawberry moon energies. Moving into Sagittarius. And it's so cool because I outline these two, because then you'll kind of see where they interlap. What's that called? A Venn diagram, where you have the two circles and then there's that place in the middle where they overlap. So a lot of it, you'll kind of hear some of the same themes echoed, which is really cool, because then we know we're not just like making all this shit up, right? So there has to be some sort of truth in it if there's this much paralleled in it. So so I just always think that's fun. So full moon in Sagittarius now. Sagittarius is a fire sign. So fire signs are very active, very passionate, very driven, very forward momentum based. And Sagittarius is special because it has this title of being the freedom seeker, right? It is this ability to shift to a level of higher consciousness. It's sort of this stage of rebirth. So it's also a mutable sign. So it has this energy of adaptability, a little bit of restlessness, having this strong desire for movement and change too. So it's this ability to shift, right? Not only to a higher level of consciousness or of awareness, but shifting to multiple perspectives, to being able to open yourself up to see and receive multiple perspectives, and using that as a way for you to grow and get more information, which I thought was a beautiful sentiment for right now, especially. So it has this energy of the rebirth, energy of awareness, which echoes that our sentiment of being able to create our own story, right? And which is that golden thread holding us through everything that might be making us feel so down right now, is that we have this ability, this potential of change. So Sagittarius also has a lot of these sentiments, these energies of freedom, of truth, of justice, right? The ruling planet is Jupiter, which is currently retrograding, which means that we're reevaluating old beliefs and seeing how they might not be serving us. Like, I'm not making this shit up. This is what they say, goes along with it. And I'm like, how beautifully perfect is all of this for right now? Like, it's tough and it's hard what's going on, but this is happening on a collective level. It's not just us in the States that are going through all these racial tensions. Like, Hong Kong is in the middle of having their own uprising right now, and like, it's happening everywhere. People are seeing where set structures of capitalism, the government, whatever, aren't serving them, and saying, hey, I'm not okay with this. I think I have the ability to change it. Let me actually try. And that's such a beautiful energy that's being echoed in everywhere right now. And I think one that needs to be noticed and emphasized as well. I get there's a lot of negativity and a lot of really painful stuff that's going on that I don't mean to gloss over, but I think that seeing where these sparks of good are also coming out of can be really helpful for us as well, especially when we just feel so bogged down by all the BS that's going on. So know that it is a collective awakening that's happening. It's a personal awakening for all of us. And it's this awakening to what has been in the shadows, but now we're ready to drag into the light and say, we don't need you no more, bye. Like, so it's really fun. It's really inspiring. So then going with, that there's that moon in Sagittarius and then the sun that's in Gemini, right? We talked about those opposing forces and how they kind of shine light on where you can balance out between the two. So Gemini is all about information, sort of communication. A lot of people like to say Geminis are very like talkative, and they can be, what are they called, like social butterflies, but it's just that idea of information. And Sagittarius has a lot to do with, right, that freedom, justice, our belief systems. So the balance between information and our values, right? Is a lot of new, previously hidden information that's coming forward that might be clashing with our belief systems, right? Seeing what new information, whether it be, you know, on a collective, global, political level, or just in your day-to-day life, what new information are you learning that then you can take and say, okay, maybe that's not really jiving with me anymore, I can change it, right? So using that information as a way to then take spiritual action. And the term spiritual, you know, can obviously mean any denomination, whatever attachment you have to that word, but it's just this ability to seek truth so that you can create a life of freedom, both for yourself and for others, right? Using this time to reclaim your voice, right? Take a stand for the kind of life, the kind of world you want to see for yourself and for your brothers and sisters, right? So then is the big question that comes off of that is like, how the fuck do we do that, right? How do we like could change and shape our world into something that we think would benefit the higher good and benefit ourselves and the collective, right? And one thing that I thought of and that I noticed was this idea of being the observer, right? It's something that we teach in yoga a lot, and it fit perfectly with this theme in June, also our monthly theme of this joyful presence. Obviously the joyous part's a little bit hard to tap into right now, but you know, amidst all this truth, amidst all of this action that's coming forward, you know, all of this new information, right? How can we be the observer to that? And this idea of the observer gets a little bit sticky because I think a lot of people assume that then it goes along with no action, right? Just being, I don't know what the word would be, like complacent, right? But it's the idea of being a neutral observer so that you can not get attached to any one specific outcome or to any one specific, I guess, avenue or narrative that you think is the right way, right? So it's being the observer is this ability to take in new information and make informed decisions based on what you know, what you've experienced, and what your values are, right? And I think this is a powerful lesson right now too for us, this idea of not getting too attached to one specific narrative, right? Just because it's the one that we've been taught is the best or the one that is the right one, right? Being the right or the left, being able to have that judgment to be neutral and then say, okay, how do I actually resonate with this, you know? And it's hard not to, you know, think of politics when we're talking about all these things, and especially what's going on now. But going off of then what Luna said about, you know, the difference between protest and riots, right? Now we have the ability to take in all this information, and I'm going to take a wild swing in the dark and guess that most of us probably swing on the left side of things. But this idea that, you know, being able to view everything that's going on still with this lens of neutrality and still having the one value, I guess, or goal that you have behind it, being able to stick with that, right? So the example that I thought of was protests and riots, right? Being able to know the difference between when people come together peacefully for a set goal, you know, saying, hey, this is what we want, this is the change that we want to see, and this is a way that we know that we can get it done in a peaceful way, right? But then seeing the other side of things where maybe some people just want to, you know, incite violence and maybe or just angry and express that in a different way, right? It's not good or bad, but being able to see that differentiation and not just saying, oh, well, they're all the super left-wing crazy people, so just forget them for that, or oh, they're all super right, they don't understand, they're hopeless, let's not even talk to them, right? It's this ability to stay neutral between the two sides and taking in information and then pairing that with your own values and your feelings. So that's my political soapbox. I'll step down now. We'll go back to the moon. It's a bit more lighthearted. So, but good news is then I feel like we are on the cusp of this spiritual jump in evolution, right? And I think that more and more people are realizing that we must connect to spirit if we want to evolve collectively, right? And whatever that shape, name of spirit looks like for you, right? And so then to sort of tie it all back to that June full strawberry moon energy, right? It's the energy of creative and manifestation energies, right? This is a critical and transformative time for ourselves and for our collective, but that hope that, right, we are creating it, right? It's not going to be handed to us, but we have a say in how these energies are unfolding and how we embody them when we take them out into the world. And so I think that that is a really, it's a lot of pressure, but it's a really uplifting thought, you know, that we do have the ability to change. Right? We do have the ability to create change in the world if we have the confidence to stand up for what we believe in and share our voice and remind ourselves that it is okay to speak out if something is not okay with you, right? That's how we're going to incite change, and that's how you're going to reinforce that idea that you can stand, right, for something, and it's okay. Your voice will, it's better for your voice to be out there in the world, right? And hopefully that you're creating the kind of world that would be beneficial both to yourself and to the collective. So that was a lot from me. Now, how are you all feeling? Any questions, any thoughts about any of that? Brooklyn, if you want to throw anything in, you're more than welcome to. Free to unmute yourselves. No, if not, then we're going to jump into a little bit of a meditation, and then we can close. Yeah, is everyone feeling good? Cool. So we are going to offer up our meditation, and I use the word prayer sometimes. If that's not a word that resonates with you, then it's just a meditation. But this offering up for unity, basically, and keeping all of our friends and our brothers and sisters that are out there, you know, on the streets and protesting right now, you know, offering them a space in our circle and in our hearts to wish them compassion, wish them safety, and wish them that connection to their truth and to the eternal truth of love, right, that we have. Sometimes I feel like I am such a hippie. Sometimes I say stuff like that. I'm like, oh yes, the eternal truth of love. But I mean it. I believe it. I think it's out there, and I think sending that to the people that need it right now is really crucial. So if you'd like to meditate with us, go ahead and get your seat nice and comfy. If you need to maybe readjust, move your legs, whatever you gotta do. Go ahead and rest your hands on your lap, close your eyes. And then we'll come back to those deep, full breaths that we took right at the beginning. As you feel your eyelids begin to soften here, let the muscles of your face gently relax. Begin to feel your breath. Feel it start from the base of your belly, traveling up through your rib cage, finally centering around your heart. And then as you exhale, let your heart, your chest float back. Your rib cage can draw in and your belly pulls back. Inhale into your belly, your ribs and your chest. Exhale, chest, ribs and belly. Inhale, belly, ribs and chest. Exhale, chest, ribs and belly. I'm going to take a few more just settling, anchoring breaths here, just like that. Feeling each exhale root your sitting bones deeper into the earth. Each inhale lifts your heart and the crown of your head closer to the sky. Softening any corner edges of your body that feel tense or tight. Allowing yourself to open up to the present moment here. So taking your awareness gently from your breath and guiding it down into your heart center here. Right at the center of your chest, a few inches below your breastbone. And just noticing, right, what energies are sitting there right now. And it's okay if maybe it's a bit of sadness, a bit of tiredness, frustration, anger, whatever's there. Don't feel the need to manipulate or change it to make it appear prettier. Just let yourself sit with whatever's there in your heart. Remind yourself that it's okay, right? If you're not feeling too hot right now. And from that space, that present feeling, awareness, whatever that is in your heart, what's the next best good feeling that you can reach for? It could be something little, like just what's one feel good thought that you can bring here into your heart. It can be the simple fact that you woke up this morning. It could be your comfy clothes, cup of tea, whatever. Just find one good feeling thought to bring into your heart here. Feel that tiny little bit of a spark. Now take that spark, see if you can stoke it with your breath, creating a fire of open compassion in your heart with your breath. Feel the space in your chest. Feel the space between your breath. Taking that flame of love and compassion that's in your heart here now, and imagine that you could send it out to everyone that needs it right now. Maybe you see some loved ones, right, in your mind's eye that you know just need a bit of compassion and a bit of strength, a bit of fire right now. Maybe it's the images of people we see on the news. Just this collective energy that we feel so heavy right now. Can you just send them a breath of love and intention, of strength, of truth, of unity and compassion? The idea of unity is when two sides help each other up. Imagine sending your light, your truth out and making the world a better place because of it. You can gently guide your hands up to your heart. Maybe placing one palm against your chest and the second palm against your first. Gently getting that physical connection to your heart space here. And just send some of that love back to yourself as well. And that we're all doing the best that we can. And that taking this time to strengthen your connection to your own heart only makes your heart stronger to share with others. And take one more big full breath. Feel free to sigh it out. Take your time to gently release your hands and softly open up your eyes when you're ready. Take your time. I have one journaling prompt for you guys if you'd like to carry your practices forward into the night, maybe do a little bit of journaling. It is, how can I live in union with the greatest good for all? So how can I live in union with the greatest good for all? Yeah. And I forgot to mention our little tagline for this month's full moon, which was seek the truth and create freedom. I think that is another beautiful sentiment. So any post meditative thoughts or feelings that we like to share?
Sierra,
Yes, ma'am.
I'm gonna have to get checked because every time you put me in the meditation stage, I want to pass out like literally. I feel like I'm getting too into my zone. Like if I'm falling into a dream, because I hear your voice, but it sounds like this. It sounds like in the beginning it's very, very high, and then it starts like dying out. It's still there, but it gets softer and softer. And I'm like, oh shit, this is what it is.
That's a gift, Luna. I wish I felt that.
I'm serious. That's why I'm like, I don't know if yoga's for me, because I'm gonna start yoga and then I'm gonna just pass right out in the middle of it. I'm gonna be like, people gonna be like doing, hey, Luna, get up, and I'm gonna be like, oh, I never know what's gone. I'm serious. Probably it's because I zone in too deep. Who knows? Maybe I'm doing it wrong. I don't know, but it feels real fucking good. Like you were saying, the way you were saying, like, hold your breath and do this, and then concentrate on it. And I was like, I felt like my strength go like this. You know what I mean? Like all the pressure and everything just kind of like, and I was just like, the same thing I do when I'm in bed. I change positions. I'm like, oh my God.
No, I think
it's good though. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm saying it's good. It's real good.
Good. No, I think as long as like you're in a chair, maybe with a back on it and some arms, so you don't like actually fall over. I think you'd be all right.
That's what I'm gonna end up doing, because I'm like, because I'm just, it's like a woosah. You know what I mean? Like it really feels good. You know what? I'm gonna try that with my son.
Good.
I'm gonna sit him down when he's acting like he's a little too hyper. I'm gonna be like, you know what? Sierra taught me this. Just relax, sit down. Yeah, I'm gonna try it because,
let me know how it works.
I know. Hello, definitely.
Oh, yay. Oh, thank you, ladies, so much. I only had one more thing. It was just a little like excerpt from one of the astrology newsletters that I get, but I thought she worded it really beautifully. It's from Mystic Mama. If y'all don't follow her, she's really great, and she has lots of beautiful artwork as well that goes along with her writings. But she wrote this in the email. Said, in the process of things dismantling, disassembling, and crumbling, we can feel unstable, and this is why change is often so dreaded. But we are the change makers of this time, and we are here at this time for a reason. We each carry our own truth, but a universal truth is that we're all here ultimately to learn to love. I love that. I thought that was so sweet.
What's her name again? You said Mystic Mama?
Yeah, Mama with like 2 M's, yeah.
Can you send that to me?
Yeah. Here, I'll put it in the little chat if that helps. Ba-da-da. I did love that one. It's long. It's in there. I can also text it to y'all if that's easier.
Yeah, I think, yeah, because mama, you can spell it 3 different ways.
Oh
So
yeah.
I don't want to be an Instagram like, what did she say again? Did she say Mystic Mama like mama or mama?
Yeah, like
So,
MAMMA. Yeah, and I think it's like a collective of people, but they do like full and new moon insight newsletters, and also they have like like artwork prints that go along with each full and new moon as well. Hi Izzy. So they're really cool. You can check them out.
okay.
But that's all I have for you guys. If you have any parting things that you want to say, you're more than welcome to, or else
One more thing, because I remember that I had you remind me because I wanted to do it. What was for the summit?
oh yeah,
That's what it was.
yeah. Thank you for that. Also, I'll put the link is in the chat for that then there now thing, and you can click there and sign up through the link there. I'm super excited. That's going to be really fun. This is the first time I've ever done anything like this. So I'm teaching 2 yoga classes and then a class on moon magic, kind of an overview of the different phases of the moon and the energies that go along with those and how to use those for manifestation. And Brooklyn is teaching an awesome workshop about the planets. She made these planetary journaling worksheets that are like to die for. They're so gorgeous. It goes through each planet, and then you have some like journaling prompts to like strengthen your relationship with yourself and that. There's a tarot workshop, so you can learn how to read tarot without the books. There's a sustainability workshop. It's gonna be really cool. So
Also, there's different. There's a collection within one. That's what that is. Awesome.
Yeah, I'm excited. So that'll be fun. So yeah, you can sign up for that there. I think that's it. Yay! Thank you, ladies.
Thank you so much, Sierra.
Yeah, I'm so
nice
happy.
meeting you guys. Miranda's first time, right?
Yeah, it's Miranda's first time. It's Brooklyn's first time live with us too. Yeah.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, in Brooklyn. Are you from Brooklyn?
No, she's from Washington, I think. Yeah.
I can't hear you, Brooklyn.
No, I'm from St. Louis, Missouri.
Oh.
But I moved to Portland, Oregon 3 years ago.
Oregon.
Okay. That's cute. I didn't say that's cute. Like that's cute. Like I'm saying that is nice.
No,
if you do a lot of these sessions, you'll get to know the language that I speak. I tend to speak a little ghetto, a little classy, a little professional, a little wild. So I'm all bottled up in one. You know what I mean? So
it is.
Speak all the languages.
Yeah.
No, but I've never been to Portland, so once we get in the van, Brooklyn, I'll definitely come by your way and say hey.
Oh, I wanted to know really fast, and you have time. What is that? Because I wanted to ask you that before starting this. You're gonna get in the van and do what? You're doing a tour like an international, like.
Well, wherever we can drive. But yeah, we're going to build it out, and then we're gonna go to California first and visit some friends, and then just kind of play it by ear, see where we want to go. I was hoping to be able to, find like teaching gigs kind of throughout the country as we go. You can like host guest workshops in different studios and stuff. That's barring on if the world rights itself and we can like be in the same room as people again. So yes, if possible, or else then.
Wow, yes. Wow. Oh my God. I know you got to be anxious. Like, oh my goodness.
The funny thing, the thing I'm most anxious for, and I've talked to my partner about this a lot too, is getting my menstrual cycle while I'm in the van. Like that's the only thing I'm worried about. Like I don't know how that's gonna work. But
I don't mean to get personal, but there's no man in this circle right now. Do you when you get on it, do you feel pain or do you feel?
No, pain is fine. I use the cup, right? So it's just like it's a lot of like bathroom maintenance time, and when I don't have a bathroom in the van, okay. I'm like, I don't know what I'm gonna do. But I'm sure other issues will present themselves, but for now, that's been the only one that I can think of. Like, fuck, what am I gonna do when this happens?
You should get Thinks. I use those when I travel. They are definitely pricey, but I have like horrible periods, and it's like the one thing that makes me like look forward to it, that like I know I'll be comfortable. And I literally just wear them while you travel. I think they can last like 6 to 8 hours. So it's not bad, and
Can
they're
you
super
say?
comfy, and it's a women-run company, so.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I know I have one pair of underwear from them and I do really enjoy that. But so I know you didn't ask about periods, Luna, whatever you asked whatever I was most nervous about. Yeah, I mean I'm excited. I think it'll be a lot because it'll be 2 humans and 2 dogs in a van. We got a decently big one, but yeah, I'm excited. It'll be different for sure. And
I'm excited for you. So I mean, if you can contact me everywhere you land and tell me how it is, I would really appreciate it because I want to know that aspect of, because I've traveled the world when I was in the military, but that was out. That was never inside the U.S. It was out. So
Mhm.
you know, and I was on a ship. So if I needed to do whatever, the ship was right there. But you know, to be in a van and traveling, it takes a lot. You know, it's a lot of good things, and then you're like, you know, a lot of driving, a lot of it's a lot, but you can do it. I mean, you can do it.
We got the GoPro and everything, so we got like all the setup stuff that we need to like really like do this 100%. We're gonna trying to be those cliche people that run their business off of the internet and then live in a van and just get to go around and like park on the beach. So, but
That's right.
I think we can do it. So that's what we're gonna try to do. So,
That's what's up.
yeah.
All right, ladies. Thank you so much for everyone meeting me tonight. And Miranda, thank you for showing up. Brooklyn.
Yeah.
Thank you, Sierra.
And how do you pronounce your name? I'm sorry.
Mine?
Me?
No, because I know it's Brita.
Oh, it's Britta.
Oh, it's Britta, but there's a different name over here. What is it?
Yeah, it's my business name, Xanadu Yoga. I
Oh,
always forget to change
Xanadu.
it.
Okay, because I was gonna pronounce it in Spanish, which is the same way as you pronouncing it, but I didn't know if you were gonna get offended because I don't like jacking up people's names. But I was
It's all
like,
good.
okay. So that's pretty much
a
it.
traveling yoga teacher, so that's what Xanadu is like. Oh, excited, like travel, yeah. So
That's cool. All right, so see you guys.
Bye, everyone.
When is the next one? Bye. When is the next one gonna go down?
whenever the next full, I usually make them the day before the full moon. So then you have the actual day to like do your own thing if you like to do personal practices. So I'll get back to you on that. Yeah,
Okay,
but usually it's the day before. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Take care, guys.
Ladies, take care. Love you all.
Love you too.